In this video, I'm going to show you the no fluff playbook that I'm using to help B2B SaaS companies get leads for your product. Cold email has been changing since 2025. And if you're using cold email, you need to make sure you're constantly adapting to the current situation. And these are the main things that I've seen and how I'm adapting my cold email, and I want to share them with you. So the first thing is diversifying your lead database and filters. What I found is, especially if you're getting your leads from Apollo, which is a great place to get your leads and your emails from, everyone else is sending cold emails to those people. So you want to try to make sure you're getting your companies, data, emails from other company or other locations. So I use a database called SaaSDB, which is a terrific SaaS database for other SaaSes if you're trying to reach out to them, and then also Crunchbase, which is obviously a great directory of SaaS businesses, and you can actually pay to use their database. And the reason why I think this is so important is if you're just sending cold emails to the emails that you get in Apollo, everyone else is sending cold emails to those people. So you want to make sure that you're trying to get other businesses that might not be in Apollo. So what you can do is you can download the names of the businesses, and you can actually use Apollo to kind of enrich the data there. But try to make sure that you're finding good quality data. The next thing is making sure you're diversifying your filters. So what I found is making sure that you don't just send mass emails to whoever fits the company type, or maybe if you're filtering by people type of company, keywords. Sometimes you just send the mass emails out to them. What I found is separating those campaigns into different types of uses for your product. And so the three that I see, the three uses for any SaaS product is a complement product. So something that if they're using a certain technology, your technology or your SaaS will complement the technology that you're using. It will either replace. So let's just say you're selling Salesforce and you sell HubSpot. I don't think a lot of people are really ripping one of the other out for the other. But if someone has a CRM and they want to use HubSpot or something like that, that's replacing it, then support. So there's a lot of SaaS that support other smaller SaaS. So let's just say you help support people that are using Salesforce. So your SaaS does something for them, whatever it could be. So you want to search people that are using Salesforce. So make sure that you're breaking down your campaigns into these three different ways, and it gives you another approach to how you can actually email the people. Um, Once again, target companies that are already using your competitors' tools. That's one of the best one of the best cold email campaigns you can really send. And then define what stage you're at. Making sure that are you defining people? Are they early stage? Are they growth stage? Where is the company at that you're reaching out to? And then filter by funding. What seed round? Are they Series A, Series B? These are just different ways that you can filter out your database. And this is so important, like I said, because cold email is kind of changing. You want to make sure your cold emails are more targeted. And when they're more targeted, you can see better results. The next thing is increasing your sending them out. And I know a lot of people are going to be saying, well, if you're sending more, isn't it just spammy? No, I'm not saying it should be more spammy. I'm just saying you need to send more cold emails because volume negates luck. So what you need to be doing is at least sending 2K emails per day. So if there's 21 working days in the month, that's sending about 42,000 emails per month. And if you would like us to set up a cold email system so that so that you could send that amount, feel free to reach out to me. Links in the description how we can set up this up, done for you, cold email setup. So you're sending those 42,000 cold emails a month. Once again, volume is going to negate luck here, and the sheer amount of volume is going to help you get more leads. It looks like you probably need about 67 inboxes across 22 different domains. Those numbers are a little wishy-washy depending on if you want to send more per email or send less, but it's around that amount. And then it's important because you can reach out to 125,000 people, prospects per quarter. And I'm going to get back to this in a little bit, but just think about that. Every single quarter, you're reaching out to 125,000 potential prospects. If you have 100,000 people in your target market, why aren't you reaching out to them quarterly? And this goes to volume. A lot of times people will say, well, we just don't have the volume to send every single person cold email. Well, why don't you? The other thing I always recommend is make sure you have about 50% backup and domains in case the ones that you're sending get burned. So having 50%, so if you have 67, having about 30 in the back end to be able to fill in the gaps if you start if your domain start burning. And then another thing is reuse list quarterly. So I see a lot of people saying, well, hey, I don't have enough leads to reach out to or to reach out to them, last year. Look, people aren't going to remember you after 3 months. So making sure that you're actually sending a cold email to each one of your prospects every 3 months, every quarter. So once every quarter. So instead of now sending, you know, let's just say you're sending 4,000 cold emails a month, now you're sending 4,000 times 12 or 40,000 times 12. So you're sending a massive amount of volume. And why is this so important? I think this is so important. Put it in my presentation. This is why it's so important to have a list of your target market, not just a list of emails. So this is going back to making sure you diversify your lead list. Try to see if you actually create a list of companies that you want to reach out to and making sure you're adding and taking away from those companies depending on if you're working with them or if they don't want to work with you, and use this list to constantly enrich. So you can use something like Clay to constantly enrich and find the cold email for the position that you want to reach out to. And then one of the last final things is a Loom video call to action. It's back, baby. A Loom video is back, or at least it is for me. So this replaces, hey, do you want to set up a meeting? The most generic call to action. It's one of the biggest things in cold emails. I just see a lot of people not even having a call to action. They'll have like a super long, fluffy email, but really what I'm seeing is keeping the email extremely short. So jumping right into, this is obviously a subject line, jumping into the benefit that you have or the problem that they might have, and then just a really, really short email. And then the final thing is it worth me sending over a 3-minute Loom to explain a process? Something like that. I'm getting a lot of positive replies to this because a lot of people would just say, you know what, sure, whatever, let me just see the Loom. And as long as your Loom is good, you will be able to book meetings based on this. It's low pressure and it's not a hard pitch, and it offers value with a clear step. Look, this is not jumping on a 15-minute call. No matter how short you see that call is going to be, some people say it's 10 minutes. Oh, it's 5 minutes. No matter how short that call is, a lot of people just aren't going to want to jump on it with you unless you're incentivizing something. All right, if you're looking for cold email tools, I've got a cold email stat sheet. I've got 30 cold email scripts that you could try yourself. And then also I have a done for you cold email setup. So if you'd like any of those, if you'd like me to set up a system, how we can send 40,000 cold emails for you every single month, feel free to reach out. We can set that up for you and you can run that yourself.